Public Service Commission does have regulatory authority over all of those truck lines which operate as common carriers. And I am asking the Commission to take the strongest steps legally possible to strengthen the safety precautions taken by the common carrier truck line.
What do you think would be the best thing to do to minimize the possibility of a truck accident where a truck would contain explosives or some caustic chemical?
I think the two most important things are very stringent inspection of all the vehicles which carry hazardous materials to make sure that they're in the safest possible condition. And secondly, the proper training of drivers and other people who handle hazardous materials so that they will know, number one, how to avoid accidents, and number two, what precautionary steps to take when there is an accident.
Of course, we increase every year the number of trucks that register in the state of Alabama, so that means there's more trucks coming through. But it's not greater now. I think that it's been brought to the public more by this happening in a populated area than it has in the past.
The situations with the freight cars derailing and the tragedy that occurred because of that, has that made people more aware in your business?
My business is not railroad. Right. That's a different branch altogether, but it has brought it to the eye of the public, these things that's happening now. And as of the first of the year, we adapted DOT's safety regulation and regulations pertaining to hazardous materials transported within the state or through the state.
What are some of the things that are carried by these trucks?
Well, explosives, dynamite, compressed gases and whatnot.
Compressed gases?
Mm-hmm. Yes, sir.
What is the most serious violation you can have on a truck that carries potentially dangerous chemicals and explosives?
Well, a leak, for instance, on gas, or on explosives, being around open flames and whatnot, and having an unsafe vehicle, brakes or the mechanical parts of the truck going bad.
Do you find these violations on trucks?
Really, we haven't gotten into the checking the trucks as far as material, but we have been safety checking vehicles in the past, which was practically the same thing. And as of the first of the year, our regulations changed, and we adapted these safety regulations where we can stop a truck on the highway and safety inspect him, and if he is in bad shape, we can require him to go to the nearest facility to be repaired.
In other words, the actual checking of trucks for hazardous materials has not really gotten underway yet.
It has not, but within the next 3 weeks it will get underway. Sure will, here in the state, because we plan on setting up roadblocks throughout the state, and one place in particular is Mobile, with the tunnel there in Mobile. We have received information from the Department of Transportation that they have received word that there could be trucks going through the tunnel there that are removing these placards and carrying explosives through the tunnel. But
why would they remove the placards and go through the tunnel?
Well, it'd save time by going through the tunnel rather than taking a detour around the city.
Now, if he gets anything aboard that fits into the category of dangerous, then dangerous, he will flip this flip-flop on it, and this will be displayed around the vehicle. Then if he goes into heavier stuff, then he will indicate oxidizers. Okay, if he's got something on there that's flammable, he'll flip this one, and these stay open in transit. Then he gets radioactive. If he's got a radioactive material aboard, he displays this. Now, he usually has on his bills what this radioactive material is. He may not necessarily know what it takes to neutralize it, but he can produce the information. Flammable gas, if he's got something like this aboard the vehicle, this can be cigarette gas, and this is different. It depends on the classification, of course. And then corrosive material, battery acid, and so forth and so on. And then compressed gas, and this is and then poison. And these are all warnings around the vehicle of what this vehicle is loaded with. And like I say, if he doesn't have it aboard, then he flips it over here to drive safely, and his equipment's there.
Well, I don't think the potential is too great. There's always a danger, but usually the companies that haul this type of material are very aware of the dangers involved, and they try to use good personnel and good equipment.
Well, always our friends that haul gasoline, transport gasoline around, they're always concerned about hauling gas, getting in close situations, somebody running into them, and the danger of fire.